Some of the most addicting games in the mobile space are the survival bullet hell games. And all of you have been asking me to bring you guys a list of some of the best ones. So today, I did just that. 15 of the best bullet hell survival games that you could play right now. To start off today's list, I want to share with you guys Pickle Survivor. This game has 5 million downloads, 4.6 stars, and is not only fun, but also cartoony and funny. In this game, like many that we're gonna see here on the list, you're gonna be able to get yourself a bunch of weapons, upgrade things, and honestly, the game just looks really cool. It's a good approach to the genre. Now, it is worth noting that all the games that we're looking at here today are gonna have similarities. They're in the same space, so they're all very similar in that fashion. Just keep that in mind as we progress through the list. Dungeon Survivor IO. This one has 100,000 downloads, and the stars are quite low, 2.2 stars, but I actually think this game is a lot of fun. Like all the others, you collect all the gems, you get your upgrades for your skills, and you take down enemies in hordes. This one's fun though because it has that retro feel. It brings you back to the olden days of gaming, and I actually quite like it. I also love how the attacks can become quite large and overwhelming to the screen. It just makes it seem like you're extremely powerful. Another different version with a retro feel that actually feels pretty fresh. Brotato. This one has 1 million downloads, 4.5 stars, and reminds me quite a bit of Pickle. Even the weapons look very similar. These games were both definitely influenced by one another. I do love Brotato though, and I will say something that I really do like is that it is available both on PC and on mobile, so you can play on both platforms. Again, a really fun approach to the genre. I think some of the things that this game does best is the progression. You start off with little pea shooters that really aren't tough at all, but then you get into some insane weapons that you just are dying to unlock. It really makes the game a lot of fun when your weapons are enjoyable to use. And then there's Survivor IO, where it all started, or maybe where it all really became popular, with 10 million downloads and 4.5 stars. You really can't go wrong playing this one. It does everything really well. It gets a little bit spammy with ads at times, but it really doesn't intrude too much with the gameplay. It's one that I always fall back on and go back to, maybe because it's one of the biggest ones, maybe because it's ones that made this whole genre popular. Either way, it's a lot of fun to play. 20 Minutes Till Dawn is another version of this game, and this one is very dark, which I quite like. I definitely do like dark, dungeony like games. This one with pink flares mostly in your hair and in your aimer. Here, you could play on both mobile or PC. The game has 1 million downloads and has a ranking of 4.6 stars. Definitely one of the best ones in this entire space. All right, let me know, so far, from the list that you've seen, which ones are your favorites? Let me know in the comments below. Grim Knight Heroes Survivors. This game reminds me of graphics from the 16-bit age of Golden Axe back on Genesis. It is that version of a survival game. It has 10,000 downloads, it's received 4.2 stars, and as you can see, it definitely holds that retro feel. I like some of these because the movement is a bit slower. It seems just like it's a bit more difficult than some of the newer graphic, newer aged versions of these games. Now, maybe I like it because I like old school games and they bring back some of that nostalgia, but this one is one that I would recommend. Now, while the last title reminded me of Golden Axe, this one reminds me of Castlevania from back in the day. I'm talking about Vampire Survivors, one of the more popular games on today's list. And that's possibly because it's playable everywhere on mobile, Xbox, Steam. You could play this one anywhere. It's got 1 million downloads with 4.3 stars on mobile, and it definitely gives you the retro 16-bit vibe that you'll have in Castlevania. Additionally, this game is not easy. Would you like to be a silhouette of a witch? If so, Magic Survival may be something that interests you, with 5 million downloads and 4.6 stars, a simplistic approach to the genre. This game will pride itself on the atmospheric attacks that you're going to be doing against the enemies that are incoming. Simple yet effective in its delivery, this one is another one that's liked by the community with 4.6 stars and enjoyable to play. Lonely Survivor offers us 10 million downloads, 4.5 stars, and an anime realm that you could participate in this survival game. It's also available on PC as well. Enjoyable, especially for those of you that are looking for that bright and colorful combat. Survivor Kingdoms is one of these smaller games here today, with 50,000 downloads and 4.1 stars, offering tons of abilities with some artwork that I actually like for this game. It reminds me of a game like Shovel Knight or something really goofy and fun like that. Again, you're going to be able to power yourself up as you do in all of the others and crush any enemies that come your way. You increase your power, get new weapons, and progress yourself through the events in the game. Dark Survival with 1 million downloads and 4.2 stars. This one is a little knight that you're running around as with very, very big attacks in a very dark looking world. This one's, again, a lot of fun with customization, and what stands out the most to me about this one is the artwork itself. This game seems hand-drawn. It's a very atmospheric experience. Also, like I mentioned, a very dark experience, as the name would also say. It's a fun one, and I love the artwork. It's probably my favorite part. Next up, we have Heroes versus Hordes. I like the top-down look on this one. It just looks a little bit different than all the others. The game also plays a little bit slower than the majority of them, with graphics that are actually quite nice. Another experience that's waiting for you, Heroes versus Hordes. Undead City Zombie Survivor has had 1 million downloads, sits at 4.2 stars, and is one where you're doing just that. You're fighting the zombies, again, with big attacks, and you're super fast inside of this one. This may actually be one of the first games on the list here today that is zombie focused, and if you look at it, they look like the zombies from Plants vs. Zombies. Soulgate is a little bit different here because you play as a squad, as a team, which no other game that we've seen here today does. It has 100,000 downloads, sits with 4.4 stars, and I can respect and I enjoy the different approach to the game. This one is cool, this one is fun. All right, well, here is another Zombies title for you guys today. It's called Zombies.io. This one, again, is being hoarded with the zombies. Of course, these aren't Plants vs. Zombies. This one sits with 100,000 downloads and 4.2 stars. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know by subscribing to the channel, which will also prevent you from missing any of my videos that I put out every day.